The Thursday Murder Club, by Richard Osman, is a mystery novel that follows a group of elderly residents at a retirement village called Cooper Hill who have formed a club to solve cold case murders. The club members include Elizabeth, a retired detective, Joyce, a former forensic scientist, Ibrahim, a retired pathologist, and Ron, a former criminal prosecutor. As they investigate a series of murders that have occurred in the village, the club members gather clues and interview suspects, using their unique skills and backgrounds to help solve the case. In Chapter 2, the club begins to investigate the first murder case, which involves a man named Roger who was found dead in his car. The chapter also introduces a new character, Detective Inspector Caroline Good, who is in charge of the case and is skeptical of the club's abilities. Osman does a great job of introducing the main characters and setting the stage for the main plot of the book in this chapter. The club members are well developed and have distinct personalities and backgrounds, making them feel like real people rather than just caricatures. Elizabeth is a strong and capable detective with a no-nonsense attitude, while Joyce is a calm and analytical forensic scientist. Ibrahim is a witty and intelligent pathologist, and Ron is a charming and experienced prosecutor. Osman also does a good job of introducing the setting of Cooper Hill, describing the retirement village and the surrounding area in vivid detail. The village is situated in a beautiful and peaceful location, but as the club members soon discover, there is also a darker side to Cooper Hill. As you read this chapter, you'll feel a sense of excitement and curiosity about the mystery that is unfolding. In Chapter 3, the club's investigation continues as they try to determine who might have motive to kill Roger. The chapter also introduces a subplot involving a rival detective, Detective Inspector Paul Barrow, who is trying to solve the case before the club. The club members start to suspect that Roger's murder may be connected to a string of burglaries that have been occurring in Cooper Hill. Osman does a good job of building suspense and keeping readers on the edge of their seats as the club members gather clues and interview suspects. He also does a good job of introducing new characters and plot twists, keeping the story fresh and interesting. The club members visit various locations around Cooper Hill, such as the village hall and the local pub, and they encounter a range of suspects, including Roger's ex-wife and a disgruntled employee. As they try to piece together the puzzle, the club members also face personal challenges and conflicts, such as Elizabeth's strained relationship with her daughter and Ron's feelings of inadequacy. Osman does a good job of incorporating these personal elements into the story, making the club members feel like fully fleshed-out characters with their own struggles and motivations. As you read this chapter, you'll feel a sense of excitement and tension as the club members try to solve the case. In Chapter 4, the club members continue to gather clues and interview suspects, and they start to narrow down the list of potential killers. The chapter also delves into the personal lives of the club members, exploring their relationships and backgrounds. Elizabeth reveals that she is dealing with a difficult family situation, and Ron reveals that he has a strained relationship with his son. Osman does a good job of adding depth to the characters and making them feel like real people with complex lives. He also does a good job of incorporating various artifacts and objects into the story, such as Elizabeth's old detective badge and Ron's collection of murder mysteries. These objects serve as reminders of the club members' past careers and passions, and they help to flesh out the characters and give them a sense of history. As the club members continue their investigation, they also confront challenges and setbacks, such as a miscommunication with a witness and a difficult confrontation with a suspect. Osman does a good job of maintaining the momentum of the story and keeping the reader engaged. As you read this chapter, you'll feel a sense of empathy and understanding for the club members as you learn more about their personal lives. In Chapter 5, the club members work to uncover the final pieces of the puzzle and determine who the killer is. The chapter also builds suspense as the club members put themselves in danger while trying to gather evidence. Osman does a great job of keeping the tension high and making the reader wonder who the killer could be. The club members visit various locations around Cooper Hill, such as a secluded cabin and an abandoned warehouse, and they encounter a range of suspects, including a vengeful ex-girlfriend and a ruthless businessman. As they try to solve the case, the club members also face personal challenges and conflicts, such as Elizabeth's feelings of guilt and Joyce's struggle with her past. Osman does a good job of incorporating these personal elements into the story, making the club members feel like fully fleshed-out characters with their own struggles and motivations. The chapter also explores the relationships between the club members and the other residents of Cooper Hill, highlighting the importance of community and friendship. As the club members work together to solve the case, they also form a strong bond and support each other through their challenges. As you read this chapter, you'll feel a sense of anxiety and anticipation as the club members try to solve the case and confront the killer. In Chapter 6, the club members finally solve the case and reveal the identity of the killer. The chapter also deals with the aftermath of the investigation, as the club members reflect on what they have learned and consider their future as a detective club. Osman does a great job of wrapping up the plot and tying up loose ends, while also leaving room for potential future stories. The club members discuss their future plans and the possibility of forming a detective agency, and they also consider the impact of their investigation on the community of Cooper Hill. The chapter also includes a touching scene in which the club members celebrate their success and the bond they have formed. As you read this chapter, you'll feel a sense of satisfaction and closure as the mystery is solved and the club members come together. Overall, The Thursday Murder Club, by Richard Osman, is a well-written and engaging mystery novel that is sure to keep readers guessing until the very end. Osman does a great job of developing the characters and setting, and he uses various writing techniques to keep the story interesting and exciting. The book is a great blend of mystery, humor, and heart, and it is sure to be enjoyed by readers of all ages. If you're a fan of mystery novels, or if you just want to be entertained by a well-written story, I highly recommend The Thursday Murder Club, by Richard Osman.